Hey everyone, and welcome back to our MilSpouses Moving Houses series, brought to you by MustWants. For our second deep dive,
Oh, yeah.
we wanted to really focus on this fantastic guide that MustWants put together called Preparation for Your Next PCS Move, a guide for military families.
Mm-hmm.
As military spouses, we know that feeling when those PCS orders arrive, and it's like a mix of, oh, yay, adventure, but then also like a little bit of, oh my gosh, where do I even start?
Exactly, like what now?
Where?
Where
Right.
else?
So
Go where?
think of this episode as your personal shortcut to navigating your next move with a little bit more confidence and maybe even a little bit more calm.
Yeah, because it can feel so overwhelming.
Oh, for sure.
MustWants, as you know, is the platform that is created by military families for military families, and so all of the advice and tips that they're going to give you are really tried and true.
Yeah, it's so nice to have that.
Yeah.
Because it can be so overwhelming to kind of sift through all the information out there. So what we wanted to do today is to really dig into this guide, pull out the most helpful strategies, and empower you to feel more organized and in control as you prepare for your next PCS.
I love that.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Okay,
So let's get into it.
let's dive right in.
Yes.
The guide tackles what can feel like the most overwhelming part right off the bat, which is getting started.
Right?
Like you open those orders and you're like, whoa!
Right.
But it stresses the importance of creating a comprehensive checklist as soon as you get those orders.
Oh my gosh, checklists are so important.
It might seem so obvious.
Yes.
But truly, having everything written down can really make such a huge difference when it comes to feeling organized and in control throughout the entire process.
It's true. And you know what's really cool about MustWants
Right.
is that they are actually in the process of building interactive checklists right onto their platform.
That is so awesome.
So not only will they give you all these really great suggestions, but they will actually let you check them off in real time as you go. Beyond just having that list, though, one of the very first things that the guide highlights is getting all of your important documents together.
Ah, yes. The paperwork.
The paperwork.
Just thinking about gathering it all can feel like a chore.
For sure.
The guide emphasizes collecting all those essentials, medical records, school files, military service documents, all of that, and keeping them together in a portable file organizer.
That's key.
Yeah, imagine having everything you need at your fingertips when you're dealing with everything else that comes with a move.
It's true. You don't have to be like, where is that one form?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know, I put it somewhere.
Right.
Have it all there, ready to go.
It's like your little command center.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Once you've got those crucial documents together and ready to go, the guide moves on to what I think is an incredibly important step for really settling into a new location, which is researching your new home and the community.
Totally. It's not just about finding a house to live in. It's about finding where your family will thrive. And this is where the MustWants platform, MustWants.com, really steps up according to the guide.
It does.
It's not just another real estate listing site. It's specifically designed to connect you with vetted real estate agents who truly understand the unique needs and timelines of military families.
Absolutely. And that can make a huge difference.
Right, because they get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've been there.
One of the things that I think is really, really insightful and helpful that MustWants offers is these visual data maps.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen those?
I love those.
So you can actually go on and you can see things layered on the map, like information about schools and, how walkable is the area, what's the FEMA flood risk, what are the housing allowance specifics, all presented visually for you so you don't have to ding a ton of extra research.
It's so smart.
Right.
Especially because, as the guide points out, real estate agents actually have limitations on what they could discuss when it comes to things like crime rates or even school quality.
Exactly.
But by providing this visual data,
yes,
MustWants is really empowering us as military spouses to start forming our own opinions and gather those crucial insights ourselves.
it bridges the gap
Yes, it really does.
between what they can say and what we need to know
Exactly.
to make the best decision for our families.
So for you listening, this means you can actually start visualizing your potential new neighborhood and schools before you even set foot there.
I love that.
Right.
Like you're already there.
So smart. So helpful.
It saves you so much time, too.
Exactly.
It just reduces a lot of that uncertainty.
Oh, for sure.
The guide actually encourages you to create an account on MustWants even before you get your orders so that you can take advantage of all these tools.
Such a good idea.
I know, it's brilliant, right?
Yeah. Just start your research early. Get a feel for potential locations. And then when you do get those orders, you can make decisions more quickly and with more confidence.
Totally.
Okay, so let's move on to the part that we all love.
Oh, yes.
Packing.
My favorite.
The guide presents it in such a refreshing light as an opportunity to declutter.
Yeah.
Finally,
No.
a legitimate reason to get rid of all that stuff.
All those things you've been holding on to, like, maybe I'll use this someday.
Oh, that kitchen gadget that I haven't touched in 5 years.
Exactly.
So the advice here is to make decluttering an ongoing process as you're going through your belongings.
I love that.
Donate, sell, toss whatever you got to do. Just get rid of it.
You don't need it?
You don't need it.
It'll feel so good.
Lightening your load means less to pack, less to move, and ultimately less to unpack and find a place for at your new home.
It's a win-win for your stress levels.
Yes.
And maybe even your budget.
Oh, for sure.
Less boxes.
Less boxes.
Although to move.
Speaking of boxes.
Yes.
The PCS Essentials box.
This is key.
Oh, it's a lifesaver.
Yes. It's your survival kit.
Toiletries, bedding, basic kitchenware.
Yes.
You know, enough to get you through that first meal.
Yes.
A few changes of clothes, all your chargers.
Oh, yes. Gotta have your devices.
You gotta have your devices.
Can't forget those.
All of those critical items that you need access to right away without having to dig through boxes.
And it reduces that stress when you get to your new place. You know exactly where to go for the things that you need right away.
The guide even suggests involving the kids in the packing process by letting them decorate their PCS Essentials boxes.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I love it.
It really makes it personal for them.
Right. And they can help you unpack too.
That's right. And they'll know exactly which box is theirs.
So smart.
Okay, so building on this idea of being organized and having, everything that you need right at your fingertips, the guide also introduces this really interesting concept called the never use box.
Oh, I love this one. Tell me more.
Okay, so the concept is simple. You put those items that you rarely use, but you're not quite ready to part with. You're like, maybe someday I'll use that bread maker.
Oh, yeah.
You put it in a designated box, you move it, you store it at your new place, and then here's the key. If you haven't opened it by the time your next PCS rolls around, chances are you can just donate it without even thinking twice.
That is so smart.
Right.
Because it takes away that immediate emotional attachment.
Exactly.
So I haven't touched this in 2 years.
Yep, exactly.
So I probably don't need it.
You probably don't need it.
Genius.
It's a really good system.
Okay, so let's talk about our favorite little people, the kids.
Yes.
The guide really emphasizes how important it is to remember that a PCS move can be really emotional for them.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have a choice in this, right?
Right.
We're the ones making these decisions for them, so it can be a really big disruption to their world.
Yeah, and I think sometimes as adults, we get so caught up in the logistics of it all
Totally.
that we forget to, really address how our kids are feeling about it.
Absolutely.
So the guide highlights the importance of having those open and honest conversations with your kids, talking to them about the move, focusing on the exciting aspects.
Yeah, all the new adventures.
The new adventures, making new friends.
Yes.
But also, creating a safe space for them to share their worries and anxieties.
Totally acknowledge their feelings.
Yeah, because they're valid.
They are so valid. And, we need to let them know that it's okay to be sad or scared or anxious about this big change.
Absolutely.
On the practical side, too, the guide advises gathering all of your school records early.
Yes.
Which can be such a pain.
It can be, but it's so important.
It is so important.
And again, the MustWants visual maps come in really handy here as a fantastic tool for researching schools in your new area.
They really do. And this is also where connecting with other military families already stationed at your new duty station can be so helpful.
Oh, so helpful, especially because, as we mentioned earlier, real estate agents have those restrictions on what they can say about specific schools.
Exactly.
But, connecting with other MilSpouses who have kids in those schools can give you such invaluable firsthand insights.
Absolutely. And you know what? MustWants is actually in the process of developing a social media map.
Oh, wow.
Of all these different vetted military spouse groups.
I love that.
So it will be a really curated space where you can go and find, people who are at your new duty station who can answer those questions.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah, it's like having a built-in network.
Oh, for sure.
Before you even get there.
Okay, so now let's fast forward to the big day itself.
Yes, moving day.
Moving day.
It can be a whirlwind.
It really can.
So having a solid plan is essential.
First and foremost, the guide says, make sure you confirm all the logistics with your moving company.
Yes.
Like triple check everything.
Everything.
Moving dates, pickup times, delivery windows, all of it.
All of it. And they also mentioned that, a door-to-door move can be a really convenient option.
Oh, for sure, if it's available to you.
Exactly. But if not, there's always the option of a partial DIY move.
A DIY move, for those who might not be familiar, that's a do-it-yourself move.
That's right. And you're actually reimbursed for packing and moving some of your own belongings.
So that's a great option if you're looking to save some money.
Exactly. And maybe you just want a little bit more control over the process. And one really important piece of advice that the guide gives is to have a separate plan for transporting your most sensitive items.
Right.
Things like important documents, irreplaceable family heirlooms.
Yes.
Things that you just feel better keeping with you.
Absolutely.
So that's something to think about.
Now, when you arrive at your new duty station, you're probably going to be exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
But also excited.
So excited.
The guide offers some great advice for settling in.
Yes.
Start with the essentials.
Yes.
Unpack one room at a time so you don't feel overwhelmed.
One step at a time.
And here's a little gem from the guide that I love.
Okay, what is it?
Label your boxes with large, clear numbers.
Yeah.
That correspond to specific rooms.
This is genius.
Right.
Love this.
That way the movers can just drop them off in the right location.
Oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier.
It's such a simple thing.
It is.
But it can make a huge difference.
Totally.
Okay, so you've got the boxes mostly unpacked.
Yeah.
You're starting to settle in. Now it's time to embrace your new community.
Yes. Get out there. Explore.
Have fun.
Find those family-friendly activities.
Yeah.
Check out local events. Think about volunteering.
Yes.
All of these things can really help you and your family feel at home more quickly.
Absolutely. And, MustWants is a great resource for finding those things.
Well, for sure.
They can help you identify local social groups, family-friendly spots in your new area.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like having a little insider guide to your new town.
Yeah, they really do think of everything.
They do.
As the guide so beautifully concludes, a PCS move, while undoubtedly challenging, can also be such an exciting adventure.
Absolutely.
For your family.
The key is to stay organized, involve every member of the family in the process, and utilize the incredible resources that are available to you. Like this guide and the tools that MustWants offers to make the transition as smooth as possible.
It's all about taking it one step at a time, armed with the right information and the right support.
Well, on that note, we want to say a huge thank you to you, our listener, for joining us for this deep dive into preparing for your next PCS move.
Yes, thank you so much.
To help make your next PCS your smoothest one, yet be sure to visit MustWants.com and download their app.
You can find it at http://1link.to/MustWants.
They have exclusive tools and insights tailored specifically for you, the amazing military spouse.
Your next adventure awaits.
We'll see you next time.